Dorinda said something about her wearing sunglasses, and Craig started laughing, and he was like, the sunglasses really bothered a lot of housewives. I guess Sally wore sunglasses the whole time during BravoCon. These are Southern Charm people, Laura. So he's like, yeah, a lot of the housewives were like bent over the sunglasses, which I agree.
Yeah,
You're
no,
in a
stop.
casino.
Right,
Take
stop.
the sunglasses off.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode number 3, A Match Made in Beverly Hills.
There
Well,
you go.
I get the idea, but I don't think there was a match made.
No, I don't think there was a match made.
Any matches
No.
made.
No.
But Sutton, I thought, was the best sport out of all of them. And I loved when she was like, listen, I look at dating as like I'm like fearless. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
what well, at this point, especially all the dates that she's been on, it certainly is what it is.
Yeah. And, after getting divorced from the father of your children, it's like, whatever.
Yeah. But I do like the cinematic style of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I do like the music, like the soundtrack. I enjoyed this episode more than any other episode ever of Beverly Hills.
I thought it was a great episode.
I could have watched it for like, sorry, Wendy, I keep cutting you off. But I could have watched it like them talking to each person, each conversation. You know what I mean? Like this could have been like 4 episodes and I would have been happy.
Yeah.
I agree. I enjoyed it also. I didn't think we all enjoyed it, and it went by quick because it was a little bit like Love Hotel, and they weren't fighting.
They weren't
Most
fighting.
importantly, they were not fighting.
It was
Good
such
point.
a nice
Right?
break. Nice break.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is what we enjoy. We enjoy them interacting with each other or others and not fighting, having,
Right.
civil conversations. Like, this is what we want to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So Bose agreed to do this event for them. She goes into her contact list. So these are not some randos.
Right.
These were in her phone. These were in her Rolodex,
I
so
like
to
it.
speak. Me too.
I recognize the comedian Ben, and I can't remember from where.
Really?
I'm thinking possibly, but I could be wrong. I used to watch the Chelsea Handler show, Chelsea Lately, and it could be from that.
Well, maybe he was on there.
Well, I'd like to hear Heather McDonald talk about it because she was always on Chelsea Handler's show. So I got to look him up and see what he's been on, but I recognized him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote down some of the guys that she had there. So she had Sebastian. He was the motivational speaker, and he was the Australian guy
Mm-hmm.
with the ivory
Everybody
pants.
seemed to like him, I think.
Yeah, the ivory top and the tan pants. Yes,
Girls like an accent.
they do. Matt was a lawyer. He was the guy with brown hair. There was 2 lawyers. Matt, I did not like anything about him. I
No,
thought
he's
he
a
was
dick.
a jerk.
He's a
Well,
dick.
is
He's
he
a
the one
tool.
that said to Erika, basically, LA girls are horrible, or Beverly Hills girls
Yes.
are
He was a
horrible?
tool. He was a tool.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep,
why would you say that?
Because he's a tool.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff was an entrepreneur. I just wrote down that he was bald. He really didn't make an impression on me.
Yeah, he didn't talk much.
No, Ben was a comedian, like you said. Now, Chase was the real estate agent. I wrote down that he was handsome. I thought he was the most handsome of them all, in my opinion.
He's the one that had done a deal with Mo.
Mo, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Handsome, yeah.
And then there was Rick, who was also a lawyer, but he was not practicing. And he's the one who spoke to Sutton and Erika, but he gave his phone number to Erika.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny how the party planner didn't know what a bachelor was. He was like, "Oh, I
Oh, that
didn't
was her
see the
assistant.
bachelor." Yeah, her assistant. "Well, I didn't see the bachelorette." "Oh, you need to see the bachelorette to know that a single guy is called a bachelor." I'm like, what? It's so funny.
He's cute,
And
Nico.
Yeah, I thought it was great how Boz was saying that she thinks Erika will scare the guys.
Yeah.
And I do like the inside of her house. Yeah, Bose. Yeah,
she's
I
got
do.
a great house.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's
Her
so
house
fun.
is different from everyone else's house.
Everybody else's. It's
Everyone else's
fun.
home looks exactly the same except she and Erika.
Mhm.
Kyle, Dorit, Sutton, now Amanda we see. Their houses are identical. It must be a thing. And you know what I was thinking when we saw Amanda's house? That's what Joe and Melissa Gorga's house looks like now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
They do.
I just like her. I just like her house. I like her style. I like her.
I do too. And I loved what Erika did to her house.
Yeah, her remodel. So the last guy, his name was Gareb, and he was the artist. I wrote down he had on a white shirt, and he was a nerd. But he's the guy who was talking
he's
to
a nerdy.
Erika about the cards, how he collects cards. And Erika's like, "Oh, what kind of cars? I love cars." And he's like,
Is he the
"Basketball
guy that
and
started Comic-Con?
Yeah.
yes,
I mean,
yes."
Meanwhile, he wants to talk about like baseball cards,
Marvel.
which is like the last thing in the world any girl wants to talk about. No,
Yeah,
no chick wants to talk about.
Exactly.
And you know, I was thinking like the Sebastian with the accent, he was cute, but I was thinking to myself, geez, like if I had like a bad like menopause day, that would be the worst to be with like a
Somebody with
motivational
an
speaker. You know, I'd be like you and you're just get through it. You know, let me get the nail gun and like pop you in the eye. Like just I was thinking to myself, I
Yeah.
don't think this will be good.
Yeah, I agree.
So we see the ladies are all getting ready to get there, and I have down a quote for Erika for one of her quotes for the day. She says that the look that she's going for is like, "I could give you a blowjob in the alley, but I won't."
That
I
was
was like,
so
"Oh."
great. I love that. I thought that was
Okay.
so freaking funny. And I liked how they did the little flashback to the meeting that Bose had with the girls and asking them like what their qualities were.
Yeah.
And Erika said protect. Dorit said to feel safe and somebody chivalrous. And Kyle, I thought she was really funny because she said sexy. And Bose was like, well, what does that mean? And she said, someone who likes sex and you can tell by looking at them. I thought it was great. I thought that was great.
I did too. I thought it was also funny that they all arrived in black and, they made the comment that they, looked like they were going to a funeral, which I thought they all looked stunning. Dorit, I wrote down that she does wear a lot of rings. I was watching her put her rings on. I was watching her when she was on Watch What Happens Live because she talks with her hands so much that you see all those rings all the time. I was
It's
like,
just
that
her
girl wears
gig.
a lot.
Just her gig.
Yeah, she
That's
likes
what
her
I
rings.
yeah, I do. I wear a lot of rings. And probably that's
Yeah.
because I, use my hands a lot when I talk.
You talk with your hands, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny how Erika said she wanted to look like a normal human being because guys get scared.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she wanted them to basically tone down her makeup. I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's also interesting that, men are intimidated by her. And like you said, she wanted to tone it down, but yet she's very insecure. She's
She's like a
introverted.
totally different Erika from on stage, totally different Erika from even on Housewives.
Right.
Right.
From when scenes with her, scenes with her and Tom, you could see the insecurities.
Right.
She
Yes.
was just a very subservient wife. I think that she just went right out of my head. I do think she's insecure, but I think she also has a resting bitch face. And I think that that's why she comes off as being intimidating to men.
Yes.
But it's not. It's just that's her look. I think she just has that look.
And when Bose was talking to the guys about the group chat, did you guys check, write any of those down? What was in the group chat?
I noted, I didn't write it
ladies
down.
were saying.
Yeah.
No, but I
what the
wrote down what
ladies were
Erika's
saying.
name was. Did you see what her name was?
Yeah, I saw
What was
that.
it?
It was Badass Girardi or something. What
Yeah,
was
I'll
it? I
tell
didn't
you.
write it down.
Yeah,
I didn't write it down.
I didn't notice.
So, and when Boz was talking to the guys and telling them about the group chat, that one guy, Matt, the lawyer, he was like on his phone when she was talking. I was like, oh, you're a dick. You're a dick.
I didn't like him.
Saw it right away. And so Rachel Zoe said she didn't know what to wear. And Kyle is like, it's nice to know that you struggle with that.
The fashionista.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hey, did Kyle say that she would pay Sutton if she wore the cat sweater?
Yes, she did.
That's funny.
And I forget what else. It was like a bad bitch Girardi or something.
Yeah, something like that. That's what her name was listed in the text messages.
Yeah.
So Rachel was wearing black sequins and feathers. I don't know if you caught that.
Yep. I think that's her gig.
That's definitely her gig.
Yeah, so I felt like Dorit was doing like a Chanel like clubbing look. Erika was going for like sexy secretary.
Yes.
I
I
love
loved
how
Kyle's dress.
yeah, but she was going clubbing too.
She was definitely going
You
clubbing.
go
I love
clubbing
that
too.
dress.
I thought it was just
Yeah.
funny. And I
Yeah.
love
I was
how
surprised
yeah,
with
I love
Sutton and the pants. Sutton and the pants was very understated. I for sure
looked
thought she'd have a
good,
cute
though.
little dress. She looked fabulous, but she doesn't normally wear pants.
she needs to wear pants more.
Okay.
I kind of agree. I agree. I'm not going to say why because I don't want to get heat, but I agree.
I'll say it. She doesn't have great legs. That's okay.
She does
I
not
don't have
great
great
legs.
thighs. I'll tell anybody. I don't care. I like how Erika said, I look like the maid that's going to bend over and get it. That's
And
great.
both said to the ladies, don't ask for any dick pics.
Yeah,
Yeah, what was that?
I think she was trying to
Nobody
make a
our
joke.
age is asking for dick pics, by the way. If there are any men out there listening, don't send dick pics to women in their 40s and 50s. We don't want them.
No, we do not want dick pics. I don't care what it
Maybe-
looks like. I don't care how fabulous it is. I don't need to see it.
Exactly. I don't
No.
want to see it.
No,
No.
does nothing.
No.
But I think she was trying to make a joke and it just didn't. I didn't land.
It definitely didn't land. So then all the ladies go outside and Ben's talking to Dorit and he said, I've never heard of a lemon referred to as a carcass. And this was so awkward. She's like, well, it's just a drink. It's clean and easy. And he's like, well, is that how you describe yourself? And she's like, well, not easy. But she looks over at Kyle and she says, but she is. And make sure that you tell her I told you. I was like, wait,
that was
what?
Hysterical.
I thought that was hysterical.
I love how she didn't
Hysterical.
get like flummoxed over it. That was great.
Yeah.
Exactly. She
Yeah,
just played
yeah.
right along.
And it
Yeah.
was so funny when they first went out there because Erika, like, she was all nervous and she like turned around and like ran to get a drink. I'm like, girl, what are you doing running?
So did
Like,
Kyle.
what are you doing running?
Yeah, like Dorit and
Funny.
Sutton seemed the most. Well, Rachel too. I
Yeah,
think
they were-
Rachel went into it thinking like, I'm not interested in any of these guys, so I
Right,
really don't
I'm
give a
just
f how
alone.
today goes.
Right.
But I think that Sutton and Dorit were like the most comfortable with the guys.
And I love how Boz said that, like, what is this Erika? Like, she probably has like whips and chains somewhere at home. Like, what is she? what's
I
she
don't
doing?
think so.
Yeah.
I think that's just a persona she puts on, and that's not really her.
Yeah, but that
I mean,
was funny.
She even
Although she
Erika
was
said
a dancer.
She said she'd be more comfortable standing on stage without clothes than she
Without
would
clothes.
Exactly.
doing this. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it's not personal. There's nothing personal about that. Like she was a dancer. She would go on stage and that's a character. Just like Erika Jane was a character for her.
Right. Yep.
said she'd rather gouge out her own
Her eye.
eyeballs.
This is great.
That was funny. Yes.
I just felt like this episode, you just saw really nice sides of all of them.
Yeah.
I did too.
And a lot of times you don't, but you just saw a nice side of everybody. And I thought that was like really refreshing.
Yeah.
It was so
I agree.
interesting when Kyle was doing her speed date with that Sebastian, the motivational speaker. I was thinking, oh, what's his deal going to be with marriage? How he was like, well,
Yeah. If he's ever been married before. Is he the one
Yeah.
that said he got married for one day in Vegas because it was on his
Vegas.
bucket list?
That's weird. I'm sorry, that's weird.
And he said you could do that in this country. Why you can't do that in another country? That's
Hell,
a little
Maybe
odd.
not. Maybe not. I don't know.
It's odd that you would have that on your bucket list. To me, it's odd.
Dorit thought that was acceptable. She said, I was going to ask you if that was a bucket list item.
Well, so she must know. She must know if that's not another country.
I know. I thought
Who
that was
knows?
weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It's just weird.
Even that whole conversation that Sebastian had with Dorit, he said, where do you live? On the east side? And she's like, well, I think we're on the west side. And he's like, no, I think we're on the east side. Like, she doesn't know where she lives. She doesn't know if she lives on the east side or the west side. And then she's
And
like, well, I
she
live in
said
the
she lives
valley.
in the valley. I couldn't
Right.
believe she lived in the valley. I don't know why.
That would be me, though. I would be like,
That is true.
I live in California. I'm living in this area. Like, I'll
I
give you
love
my
when Lori
address.
tells people the main street we live off of. She's like, and not the nice side, the other side.
Yeah. I always say we don't want to move far, just across the street. Because
Right.
across the street is like multi-million-dollar water
Yes.
view homes. And across the street then is the 3-bedroom ranches that we live.
Yes.
So
Right.
I would say we don't want to move far, just across the street.
There you go.
And I love how Erika was talking to that Rick, the lawyer, and he said he was no longer practicing, and Erica's like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
Yes, she did. I guess it only takes being married to one lawyer, and you're like,
And you're like, "No, I'm out." Yeah.
Yeah. Matt is talking to Rachel and she asks him, like, who does he think is effing amazing? And he said, I don't know, maybe Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones.
acceptable answers, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Rachel said, Chris Martin. And he said, Coldplay sucks, dude. He called her dude. I thought that was a little odd. I
Very.
mean, one, he's a lawyer. Two, she is a woman. And
You just met
you
her.
don't call, you just met her. Why are you calling her dude? I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure Eric called me dude for like a year when we started dating. He still calls everybody dude, but not me so much. Now I'm kid. But I think I was dude for a long time. And I think everybody was dude. But it was a little odd for a first date, speed dating situation. But I agree with
Yeah.
him. I think Coldplay sucks.
Well, I didn't like the comment that he said that, white women love Coldplay. I would have
They
been like,
do, though.
"It doesn't matter."
I don't
Oh.
love
I
Coldplay.
think
I mean,
their fan base, the majority of. Because I think that a lot of white women think that Chris Martin is attractive.
okay, I don't. I don't
I
think he's
don't either.
attractive.
I don't either.
Now, how about when Matt was asking Dorit, "What do you do for fun?" And she was like, "Well, I haven't had fun in so long." And he goes, "Well, how could you wear that sexy dress and not?" I was like, "Ew." Ew.
See, I was like, well played.
Yeah,
No?
no, I
I
was
didn't
not.
like him. I didn't like
I
him
didn't like
either.
it.
All right. I fall for it.
Yeah. And how about Sutton giving like Ben the eye over her cocktail? She was like, when he was talking to her and asking about the dom or submissive thing.
See,
my God,
I
that
could
was so
actually
funny.
see Sutton with that comedian Ben. I could see her with him,
See,
and
I
I
could see
think
Dorit with him.
that Sutton has, and I'm not a huge fan, but I think that Sutton does have a very dry sense of humor, but she has a good sense of humor. And I think her with somebody like that, I think it would break her dry sense of humor down. Like she'd have to give in and laugh more than she might want to. And I don't think Dorit would get him. I think Sutton would get him though.
Right, right.
I think actually that would be a cute match. I'd like to see them out on a date. Bravo. Make it happen.
Yeah. I would like to see Sutton find somebody who is a good match for her because you know what? We've never seen her with somebody. She's been divorced the whole time she's been on, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah. And we saw her go on a few dates with that one guy that they flash back to. I do not remember him talking about his mom
Oh, I
as much
remember
as
that.
he apparently did. I don't remember that. He really did talk about his mom that much.
Really did.
Crazy.
It was too much. It was too much.
It was. So then Bose is talking to Nico, her assistant. She's like, I've been talking to the guys and everybody really likes Dorit. And she's like, and the girls, they all seem to like Sebastian. And Nico's like, well, of course, I like Sebastian, Nico said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bose was funny. She's like, "Okay, go inside."
Now, do you think, and listen, Dorit is an absolutely gorgeous woman. And I do think she's got game. I think she proved that in this episode. Do you think that all of the men really were interested in her? Or do you think Bose was gassing her up? Because I think Bose gasses Dorit up a lot.
Well, she definitely does gas her up. But I think that I don't know whether they were necessarily attracted to her, but I think that she, in that kind of situation, like she came in first, she said hi, she went up to
Yeah.
everybody, introduced herself. I think
Yeah.
she has like an easy way about her. She's a good conversationalist. She likes to
Yes,
relax.
she really is.
So I think that was the aspect. Maybe you could say they all felt comfortable with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just think
I
she has
agree.
that way about her, like, to put at ease because she's a yakker, you know? She like to yak, so.
So at this point, Bose kind of tells them their time is up, and she excuses the bachelors, and she tells them to leave, and which I was glad she did that. And then the ladies sit down and they start talking afterwards, and everyone is telling Dorit that she did a really great job, and she is like, "Oh, I'm very good in these situations." Like she has really no problems with her self-esteem. I will tell you that,
Yeah. Yeah, I
which is
agree.
good. Which is good.
Absolutely. And listen, thank God, because PK's a
Yeah,
dick, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, we're
definitely.
learning. So sometimes when you're married to somebody like that for a long time, you kind of lose a part of yourself and part of your self-esteem. And she hasn't. So God bless her.
No, I
Yeah.
think
She's
she's
it's
gonna
not
be
like
okay.
she's not playing victim. She's just like, yeah, you
No.
ain't paying.
Right.
Yeah, I
You
think
know.
she's gonna be okay. I think she's gonna
Well,
be
yeah, for
okay.
sure.
I do like that Erika did give the business card that Rick gave her to Sutton, because Sutton said that she was interested.
I thought that was very nice,
I did
and I
too.
don't feel like the old Erica would have done that,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
So, I think it just goes to show how far she's come.
Growth.
Yes.
Yes, and let me ask you this. You were in the situation Sutton was in, and you were interested in him, and he gave the card to Erika, and then Erika gave the card to you.
No, I'm
Would
out.
you call him?
I'm out. I'm out. Nope.
Never. Never in a million years.
That's so interesting. I was thinking about it. I was thinking I might. I might. If I was interested in him and I saw something in him, if he didn't pick me, I would still think I would give him a call.
Well, hey.
No, I definitely wouldn't. I'll tell you
I
what.
wonder if Sutton
So
does. I wonder if Sutton does.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Eric and I knew each other from when I was a teenager, and then we both had other relationships, and then we met back up at his sister's barbecue, and he asked me for his number that night, and I was like, you know what? Why don't you give me your number? And I had
Mhm.
never, ever, ever done that before with a guy, and he gave me his card,
Yeah.
and I did call him, and I always had every intention of calling him, but I was just like, you know what? I'm not in the mood to sit around and wait for someone
Wait
to
for you to
call
call
me.
me. Yeah, no. I used to drive my girlfriends crazy because, I mean, not today, not now with the schmata on my head, close to 60, but I would go out to, like, the club, and if there was a really hot guy, I would just, like, go up to him and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And they would be like, "What if he, like, turns you down?" I said, "Well, what if he
Who cares?
does? Some
Who
other
Exactly. Who
dude
cares?
on the
cares?
other side I'll go talk to." But I
Right.
never, like, I would always be that person who would just be like, "Hey, like, what's up?" And,
Right.
you
Good for
know,
you.
but the other
Yeah,
girls would be like,
absolutely.
I don't know, he's too hot."
I'd probably be like them.
All he could say is no. That's how I always looked at it.
You're right, though.
That's a very good
Now I
point.
think I would be like that. God forbid I ever found myself single. Now I think I would be like that, but not then, not back then.
So then Dorit asks Kyle, "Do you feel like you're actively looking to meet someone?" And she said, "No, she's not." She's like, "Are you?" And Dorit said, "Well, I'm not in this for 3 years." Listen, I like what Kyle said. She said, "Listen, I'm looking for a life partner." Like, she wants to get married again. She doesn't wanna just date. And I think that, even when we see her in her confessional at the end when she's talking about, her daughter getting married and Alexia and her marriage with Mo, I think she really wants Mo back, and
Yep, I
100%.
think so too.
I don't think that she's willing to just settle, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
100%. She definitely wants to be back with Mo. But I do think that she cared for Morgan Wade very much. So, remember she said she had 3 great loves?
Yeah.
So it's funny, I was listening to Husbands Watching Housewives, and they were saying that the 3 great loves were Farrah's father, Mo, and then one of the husbands said Morgan, and the other one was like, "No, C. Thomas Howell." Because C. Thomas Howell was her first love. She said it, like, they dated for a long time when they were younger. So it doesn't matter who her 3 are, and I don't think it's anybody's business, and I don't think
Right.
anybody should pressure her to say their names because nobody, she answered the question. But, I forgot about C. Thomas Howell, and,
No,
I'm
I did
sure
too.
yeah. I'm sure she loved Farrah's husband, but I mean, Farrah's
They were
father,
young.
excuse me, her, but they were
Yeah,
very
they were young.
young. Honestly, I'm going to say I think her mother probably pushed her into that marriage because he had money. And I think that that's who her mother was. And then she met Mo and was like, this is who I'm supposed to be with.
Right, right.
So Morgan could very well be one of those three great loves,
Or
And
not.
again, it's none of our business, but
Right.
Right.
But
it
I kind of feel like with Kyle, like my take on it is Mo cheated on her. They grew apart. They got separated. She and Morgan became friends. She was in her marriage for a long time and probably didn't have, you know how you have that thing with girlfriends? I mean, it's this kind of love in itself. Like,
sure.
girls have really great relationships with their friends. And I think that probably, maybe Kyle will end up to be bi, but maybe too it was like that thrill, the out of the box, and the
Mhm.
combination of finally having like a really good girlfriend that you had such great time with, and then you throw in a little
And chemistry.
and then you throw in a little connection, and then you throw in like, "Oh, my husband just left me, but I kissed a girl and I liked it." You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah, for
just
sure.
that whole thing.
No, I
Yeah.
agree with that. So then I thought it was interesting. Erica asks Dorit if she could have a chat with her, and her and Dorit go into the other room, and then Sutton showed up. I didn't expect Sutton to be there.
Yeah, why did Sutton go? I
I
was
don't
like, "What
know.
are you doing? What are you doing?"
Thought it was odd, but then as the scene played out, I was
It
like,
was
"Oh, well,
good.
it's it
Yeah.
wa it's not a bad thing that it happened, but it was
Right.
very odd.
It was
It
odd at the
wasn't very
time.
organic how it
No,
happened."
no.
I thought so too. And I didn't know if I was the only one who thought this is a little weird.
Yeah, it was a little.
No, yeah, not at all. Not the only one.
But Sutton was there for Dorit. Basically, they were both there for Dorit, kind
Yeah,
of
very
giving her
supportive.
encouragement. Yeah, and finding out how it's going with PK and, did the kids make it to Florida? And they did, which is good.
Yeah.
And then outside, that's when, Bose and Kyle are kind of having their conversation. And Bose says to Kyle that she wants to be there for her. She's like, I don't know what it is you're looking for. And Kyle's like, well, why don't you just ask me what you want? Bose is like, well, what's that? And Kyle's like, well, I could go, Brad, or I could go Angelina. Bose is like, are you serious about that? She's like, well, I mean, kind of, but I've learned a lot about myself. It's not like gender doesn't really matter is what she's learned.
I think it's just
And
about the connection, and I think she just
right,
really connected with Morgan. So
Yeah, like I
now it's
said.
like,
right,
okay, so this could be a thing. Doesn't
Right.
mean it
right,
has to be a thing, but it
No,
could be a thing,
right.
could
and
be.
that's.
Right. But I really don't feel like Kyle. I feel like kind of like Bo's just like, ease up, girl. Like, I don't think Kyle needs a wingman.
I think that Bose has I don't know what it is, and again, I think Garcelle was trying to do this last year. Just get Kyle to but last year we didn't know that Morgan wanted nothing to do with any of this. She didn't like how she was portrayed the first season. She wanted nothing to do with last season. But and apparently Garcelle knew that, but Garcelle was still pushing. I feel like Bose is kind of picking up where Garcelle left off. And I do think Kyle's being a little bit more forthcoming, but at some point you have to let it go.
Right.
Like, this is all we're gonna get at this point.
Right.
Let's move on.
Right. But also, I think though that Bose's personality, I feel like she's a fixer. I feel
Well,
like she's a
yeah,
fixer.
obviously.
Like she's a rescuer. She's a fixer. Like it's her. It's how she operates. So maybe it's half and half or 20 and 80. You know what I mean?
I mean, I liked that Rachel said to her, listen, because Kyle said, I don't really know what I want. And Rachel's like, it's okay to not know. Like, you've been with him for 30 years. You don't have to know
Right. You don't
exactly what
have
you're
to know.
looking for.
Right.
And I agree
Exactly.
with that. I definitely agree with that. You shouldn't have to all of a sudden leave a relationship of 30 years and have to know what it is you're looking for. Because that's when Bose is like, well, what are you attracted to? And she's like, well, Mo was tall, dark, and handsome. Okay, just give her
I think
time.
she
Let her
just
figure it
said
out.
it. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like, she doesn't know. Like, she doesn't know. And the
Right. No
bottom
knows
line
at this
is,
point.
like we've all said, ideally, she'd probably just like to be back with her husband and back where she was.
Yeah.
You know? I'm freezing, so I had to put this thing on.
That's
I don't know
quite all
why I
right.
chose to put a t-shirt on.
But it was interesting when I guess it was Erika and Amanda and Dorit were having a conversation about being in a divorce and your state of mind. Like, I never really thought about that before. And so, like being on TV probably is not the greatest place to be. Somebody scrutinizing your behavior and, your state of mind, and it's all out there. I don't know. That's like an extra added pressure
I know,
that
and somebody
being
commented on one of our
scrutinized.
posts that Dorit should, like, if she's so worried about her kids, why is she on TV? I'm like, I think at this point she needs the paycheck.
She
Let's
needs the
face it.
paycheck.
Like,
Hell yeah,
he's
she
not
needs
paying for
it.
anything. She's obviously the breadwinner right now. And then, yeah, I mean, going forward into that conversation with she and Bose and Amanda, it's like, I mean, if there's no retirement or investments,
Yeah,
and
that's
I 100% believe that that is true. I do not think that PK is a savvy businessman, and I do not think that PK plans for the future. I think that PK is a partier and lives in the moment
absolutely
and just figures, he's friends with people like Lisa Vanderpump and Boy George, so he'll just land on his feet. And very well he may,
right.
but plan for the future. You have children. If you
Yeah,
didn't have children, great,
fine.
fly by the seat of your pants, but you have kids.
Well,
Little
he has
kids.
grown children. He has grown children
And grown
too.
children, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
isn't his first rodeo.
Right. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, then next thing we see is Amanda's at her house with her kids and her fiance. And the producer, I thought this was an odd question, asks her, like, how is this different from growing up in Oklahoma? How is Beverly Hills different
from
Yeah, that was a
Oklahoma?
weird question. And her reaction was kind of like she started like laughing. I'm like, I don't know
So
what this woman does, but she's not really bothering me yet. So
she's
I'm really
bothering me.
curious to see.
she's
Oh, she
bothering you when-
is? She is?
Yes, because she says, and Bose calls it out at the end, she says a whole lot of nothing. And this is what I think about her. Like when, she wrote this book and she's gassing herself up and she's, a motivational and a manifester. And really, she's just using a whole lot of words and saying a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
And to
Lot of
me,
word
that
salad.
is, it's like a snake oil salesperson. I feel like I just see right through her. I could be wrong, but this is my first impression of her. I just think,
And what did she say she got her master's in?
I
as
wrote it down.
social work.
Social work or something.
Social work. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like not
Social
even
work.
like business or like finance or like anything,
No.
accounting, like
Social
nothing,
work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
yeah, she just talks. I mean, she's saying it's the psychology of it. I'm like, what?
well,
What does that mean?
I know what she means. I do know what she means.
Well, now when Bose
What
says
is
to her, like,
what does it mean?
no, because Bose says to her, like, give Dorit some real life things that she can do, like, to get ahead of this.
But this is the
And
thing. But this is the thing. Bose is approaching it that she wants Amanda to give Dorit
Financial.
advice that Dorit should be getting from her divorce attorney. Amanda is giving her advice from where she comes from. So Amanda comes from the whole aspect of that you can create more money in your life when you have a better relationship towards money. Because people, this is just what I believe, you have energy about you and everything that you do. And a lot of people stay stuck financially, and I am one of them, because of, how you grew up and how you deal with money and how you see money. And when you start to approach money from a different angle, more money does come to you. That's just like a basic law of the universe concept.
Yeah.
That a lot of
I
people
get that.
don't get.
Yeah. Like
So
she's
that's
about
her
like
gig.
mindset and
That's her gig.
what are you have to picture this for yourself and
Yes.
do a mood board
And
and
how do you envision yourself? Like that's her gig.
Bose wanted her to give Dorit financial advice, but she's not a financial person. She doesn't even have that background.
That's what I thought. Like she was
Okay.
asking her for information that Dorit should be really getting from her divorce attorney.
Or
And that was
business manager.
right, and then was kinda like you said, Wendy, she was just, like, kinda confused about where Amanda was coming, and she thought that she was just giving her, like, blah, 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 blah. But
Right.
I don't necessarily think that that's it. I think that Bose was expecting something that wasn't correct for the person
Yeah, she
asking
doesn't have the
for.
even the qualifications to
Right.
provide that kind of advice to her. I
I don't
agree with you, because
I
when
don't think
Bose afterwards, she was like, "What was that?" I'm thinking, "Well, who the did you think she was talking to? Donald Trump?" Well, sorry, shouldn't use him as a reference.
nope,
No,
not for
please
anything.
Sorry.
don't.
Rewind that.
Please don't.
You know, who's the other guy? Mark, Cuban? Like, she's not a financial person. She's a mindset. She's a manifester. She's that energy,
Right.
that
But
kind
I
of
don't but
person.
I don't think Bose understood that. That's all.
Sure, sure.
But once
I
Bose
Yeah.
does understand, and then she'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's you, I get it. That's what you do." Yeah. So
So she
Amanda had
wasn't the right person to be getting that
no,
advice from.
Yeah.
No. All right. I
not for
get
what
that. I get that. I get that. Yeah.
But you are right. She did say a lot of nothing.
of course.
Yeah.
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 So Amanda's been with her fiancé 5 years, and then she said, and so I don't know when they got together because she said
36. She was just turning 36.
right, so she had the baby the same year that she met him.
She must have.
Because yeah, she
Yeah,
was
well, she
pregnant in
said he
2020.
asked her, like, "What are your goals? What are your plans?" And she
And
wanted to
she's
have a
like,
baby before she was even worried about getting married.
right, the clock was ticking.
Yeah. And she said she had a timeline. She also mentioned that he cooks. And he's like, "Yeah, because we like to eat and no one would be eating if I didn't cook." That was funny.
Wendy's like, "I hear that."
Yeah.
But, like, we're with you, Rachel, when you say you really appreciate that your husband cooks. We're with you
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah,
We
for
wish
sure.
we had it going on. We
Yeah,
get it.
for sure. Eric's great at breakfast. Although I shouldn't complain. I worked all day and came home. He had a big crock pot full of chicken rice soup. So,
Oh, there
but
you
yeah,
go.
You
but
can't complain.
I can.
on the daily, yes.
Mhm. Then we see Rachel sits down with Sutton. I wrote down, I love Sutton's jacket. I don't know if you remember it. She had on a
I
black
loved it. Yes,
jacket
yes, with
with
the
the
all little
white embroidery. It was
loved it.
gorgeous.
See, I didn't even notice it.
I think sh
Yeah.
I think she's gotten a new stylist because I feel like her style is much better for her.
I agree.
Much better this season.
I noticed the lipstick. I don't normally notice the clothes, but
Mhm.
I agree. I think Sutton definitely has a new stylist.
I think you may be right because the fact that, like I said, that she never wears pants and that she showed
Yeah.
up there with pants, like, you're right.
Yeah.
So Sutton and Rachel know of each other, like they have a lot of mutual friends, but they've never really sat down and talked to each other. So that's what they're going to do, which I think is nice. I
Yeah,
think this is
absolutely.
a good way to get to know each other. And the two of them are talking about the speed dating. Rachel asks Sutton, like, would she get married again? Sutton starts telling her about the annulment. She's talking about her maiden name and how it's Brown, and she's not sure. Like, she thinks now she should probably change it because it's not her name anymore. Strack is not her name. And Rachel says as soon as she got separated, she went back to her maiden name immediately, which I think that's interesting. I mean, especially
Yeah.
considering they were together for so long
And she has
before they
kids.
had children, and she has children. Like, I
Yeah.
just think that's interesting. But you know what? It's different for everyone, right? Everyone has their own identity. When Sutton said she really thought that she could get Christian back if she wanted him.
I was so surprised she said that. I
Very
would
surprised.
Me
never
too.
imagine her saying that. I would never picture her saying that. I was like, "Oh,
So I wonder if that means, like, there was infidelity and maybe he, like, tried to stay and she was like, "No." You know?
maybe."
You
But
know what I mean?
but it's interesting because she does say that she would speak to him and they'd have a connection, and she would said to herself, "Oh, did I just win him back a little bit?" Very interesting words people use, "win him back,"
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Well, I think he had all the power in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
relationship.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But when it's a good question, like, when you're forced to agree to an annulment, because it doesn't sound like she had much choice,
You don't
do
agree
you
to it.
have to
She
change
wasn't
your name back? Like,
No, you don't have to do anything.
No,
that's
because
what I
I
mean,
think
like, so
her name is still legally her name, like, you can't
Right.
You can't
So
buy that
basically, an
away.
annulment is just erasing from the big book that you were married
Right.
in
She
the
doesn't
Catholic
have
Church.
In their eyes.
in their eyes.
Right.
And she didn't agree to it. She was just told that this is happening. No one asked her for her opinion. It just happened. And what she is saying is, and I get this, the fact that he's done this, she should not, don't go back to your old name. Like, he shouldn't get the satisfaction of you having his name. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would go, if he's forcing an annulment, I would go back to my maiden name. But I get her, like, it's the kid thing, like having the same last name as your kids.
Right. That's
As a mom, I feel like you would want that, but Rachel doesn't. So yeah, I
Right.
don't know.
and her
hope I'm
kids are
never-
grown now too. I mean, that's the other thing
Right.
is her kids are grown.
Right.
And then she said, like, just think about, like, and she's starting to cry. She's like, I just think about, like, grandpa and grandma Strack are going to have all these fabulous houses and the grandkids are going to go there and it's going to be sad grandma Brown with my 4 dogs and my 18 cats. And Rachel's like, well, the
Sad
18
Grandma
cats.
Brown who gets $300,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like,
Ain't
I
that
think
sad?
you're okay, Grandma.
Ain't that
Yeah.
sad, Grammy?
Yeah.
I think you could still make for a very nice life for your grandchildren on $300,000 a month.
I mean, is that forever though? Is that till she dies?
I don't know. I
There's
don't
gotta
know.
be a time
Even
that
if
runs
it's only
out.
for a couple of years, that's no, that's $3.6 million a year. If you invest that properly, that's
I think even if you invest it improperly, you're still going to get like.
exactly. Even if you got that for 2 years and you invested that in a good way, you're going to be set.
So I think she's going to do it. I think now she is. I think she's coming to the realization that 1, she's not getting Christian back. And 2, that she probably needs to move forward. And maybe her changing her name is going to be what she needs to actually just move forward.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then next thing we see is Kyle and Alexia. They're looking for flowers for the wedding. I think that Alexia looks so much like Kyle. Like, I think she's her
Yeah.
mini me.
Yeah.
Of all her children, I think Alexia looks the most like her.
Yeah.
But she wants these colorful bohemian wildflowers. She said she wants ones that look like artichokes. I was like,
I love that.
artichokes?
I love that.
I know what
Because
she's
I
talking
think
about.
that artichoke green looks so beautiful with pink,
Oh, yes.
right?
Oh, yeah, that color? Yeah.
Yeah. And then she did like a beautiful arrangement and then put one like big red flower in there. It really was pretty.
It was pretty. Yeah.
How cute was that? Where she was like, well, I'm going to bring this home and show, I forget her fiance, well,
Jake.
now husband's name, Jake, and because he gets the final approval.
Yeah,
Like,
I love
Erika had
that.
no clue what I carried red roses and my bridesmaids carried white roses. So there wasn't much to think about. But I never once gave Eric a choice of flowers.
And I'm sure he's fine with that.
Yeah.
Sure he didn't
was
want it.
So okay with that.
So, okay. Yeah. But, it's interesting because, like, again, like I was saying with the words that people say, Kyle in her confessional was saying that she hopes for her daughter's marriage, she hopes that they can trust each other.
That whole confessional Kyle gave, right? Was it a confessional or was she talking to somebody?
Yeah, it was a confessional.
Right? Yeah. It was very heartbreaking to watch. I just think that she's very hurt by what happened with her and Mo. I don't think she wanted any part of it. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe he cheated for the last time and it was the
Forced her
straw
hand.
that broke the camel's back. Yeah, like it just seems
Forced
very,
her
it
hand.
was very sad to watch her because I don't think it's anything she wanted. She's not over it. It's been 3 years and
But you can just
it's
tell
hard to watch.
in the things that she's saying in regards to her daughter's future marriage, it's all self-reflection. It's all things that,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Because she says, we were happy. We were happy like Alexia and Jake. Like, I hope they never lose that. I hope that they, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope they learn from our mistakes.
yes.
It's
She
very
definitely is.
difficult to sustain. I mean, we all 3 of us have been married for a long time. And we're, I think we can all 3 honestly say that we're all in different places in our marriage that we were however
100%.
long ago that we got married.
Totally.
It's not easy to sustain. Fortunately for us, we all 3 have, knock on wood, very loyal husbands and We don't question that. And not only is it not easy to sustain, but if you have a husband who steps out, which I truly believe Mo has, I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's been a lot of smoke over the years with him. What are you going to do? Yeah,
And
I feel bad for Kyle, though.
I think really what it was, and I could be wrong, is, she has said this many times that, he's a salesman. He does a lot of events. He's out many nights doing events. And she would go with him many times, but you get to a point in your life where you just don't want to go out and put that smile on. And I know that she had that very difficult, I think this was really when it happened to her best friend died by suicide. And she didn't wanna leave the house at all, let alone go to the house and party with her husband at the time, who she didn't even feel was there for her emotionally or physically. I think this is the point where she said, "Let's just take a separation. Let's do this," what she thought was gonna be a 6-month separation, because that's what she said. He was
Yeah.
gonna get an apartment, they were gonna sit down and reevaluate it, but that didn't happen.
No, it
That
turned
just
into
didn't
3
happen.
years.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So,
I think
you
you're
know
right. I think when that happened with her friend, and I truly believe that that was her best friend,
Yes.
and she must be questioning every conversation she ever had with that woman. Like, how did she not know that this woman was in such a terrible place? How did she not tell her? Like, I think that that was like life changing for Kyle. And it didn't seem that he was there for her. And she verbally said he was not there like he should have been for her. So,
Right. And it probably made her question all her relationships. And if he was somebody who had stepped out before and made her feel like that, and then all of a sudden she's like in this place where she's questioning everything and she's just like, and
yeah.
maybe something happened and he cheated again during that period. And she was just like, I can't do this.
And if he's
And
going out to events, he's already a very attractive man. He's already got that personality where he knows how to schmooze people. And now he's on a show.
right,
So now he's got people in his DMs. And
right.
like,
Oh, yeah.
she said that there was like inappropriateness between he and women on his DMs. Like, I always liked Mo, but you're clearly seeing a different side of him now.
Right.
And
Clearly.
I give her a lot of credit because she's never gone off the show. And up until the Morgan Wade thing, I think she's been very honest, even though I did think that their separation was for a storyline. I really did. And it's honestly because I thought that they were one of like I thought they were a great couple. And it was surprising to me that they would separate.
It's interesting because that's yet another thing that weighs on her, is the fact that so many people had so much hope for them as a couple, because she hears that all the time too.
I'm sure, yeah.
That if you and Mo could break up, like what does that do for the rest of us? Because that's a lot of weight to carry on your shoulders as well. Like,
Well, when
she
people,
didn't ask for that.
right, when people put your relationship up on a pedestal and it
Yeah.
falls over, you know, you're looking
My
for the
parents got
glue.
divorced, almost 30 years into their marriage. It was shocking to a lot of people, including us, my sisters. I've seen other divorces in our family after long, long marriages. And it is. It's like, why at this point? Your kids are grown,
Right.
but I guess a lot of people think, yeah, my kids are grown. So I did my job. I raised
Right,
my kids. I
right.
provided for my family. And now it's time for me to do what I want.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's not an easy thing to sustain.
Not easy,
It's not.
It takes a lot of sacrifice.
for sure.
It takes two people looking at something and saying, "Okay, we made a commitment. Whether I want to stab a fork in your eye or not, you're still you're still my best friend." Like I don't
Or whatever.
right. Right. I don't know
Even if
that
you only have one eye.
right. But like
Exactly.
I couldn't hurt you that way because underneath everything, you're still my best friend. So like I just couldn't
That's it.
so
I always think about that. Like, if something happens, good or bad, Eric is still the first person I want to call and talk to about it. And I always think to myself, like, if that ever changes, then I have to worry. But to this day, he's still the first person I want to talk to, whether it's good or bad.
Right.
And then
So-
Tess. I mean, I could call Joe, but he's totally not going to care what I have to say. Unless it involves him, then he'll be all ears.
Then he'll, yeah. I wonder where he got that trait. I wonder what parent he got that trait from.
Exactly.
So, like I said, I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, the Kyle confessional was hard to watch, though. You really couldn't help but feel for her, honestly. I
Absolutely.
thought it was very genuine, and
So the only other thing that really happens is when Bose meets up with Amanda for lunch, and she gets a little bit of her history before Dorit shows up, and then they start trying to break down the whole PK and Dorit thing. I did think it was interesting that Dorit said that, you know, he's an alpha male, and he built a very big business in the UK. And when the world tilted on its axis in 2008, I'm sorry, but what?
well, there was a big
Did I miss
like
something?
real estate crash.
Okay, but what? She didn't say what his big business was.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know,
right?
but I do remember it coming out. Remember when Camille Grammer was like, he owes people money? He did.
Yes.
I think he filed bankruptcy. Definitely. And I do remember 2008 was when, everything blew
So
up because banks were giving people mortgages that they shouldn't have been giving them.
Right.
The mortgage companies and the banks were to blame for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
But the thing is, he's a house of cards kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
it doesn't take much of a wind
Mm-hmm.
Right.
to blow
Right.
that whole shit show over. You know what I'm saying? I think
100%.
that's just his gig.
Yeah. She said when they got married, there was no prenup because he had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing.
Yeah, he was coming out of a bad business
Right.
fallout. Yeah.
And, maybe it was a situation where maybe she asked a couple times, what's our finances like? Like what? And he was just blew her off and been like, oh, I'll take care of it. And then she had the kids and she was doing her stuff and didn't think about it.
He doesn't seem like the type of man that you can approach and be like, can we discuss what's going on in our finances? He doesn't seem like he'd be like, sure, let's sit down and have a discussion as a team.
Yeah, no. No, in my house, we do a yearly check-in.
In
I
my
know.
house, I pay the bills and I tell Eric to stop acting like we have money that we do not.
There you go. Yes.
But
That
Eric
happens
has
in my house,
access to
too.
the bank account and he can look and see whenever he wants what's going on.
Right. Yeah. So my husband does all the bills, which is fine. I don't give a shit. But, every 9 months, every 12 months, I get all the numbers, I get everything together. We sit down, we are like, okay, we got this, we got this, we got to pay. These are things we want to do. This is coming in, this is going out. What do we do? And that works out fine.
That's good. And everyone has what
right.
works for them,
Everybody
right?
has something different.
Exactly. As long as both parties think that it works for them.
Yep, then it's good.
And she did say for 14 years, PK has been paying the lion's share of the outgoings. So it's not like she was pulling it out of her pocket.
Right.
Right. But
So
the
that's
thing
what I
is
said,
that,
like,
I mean,
had
I don't know
kids,
what
and
boy,
it's like, whatever. He pays it.
yeah. And I don't know what Boy George's schedule is like these days, but if he's still managing Boy George, he still has some kind of income. So, and I'm sure it's a nice income if it's based off of Boy George's income. It should be a percentage.
But
So
who
what are
knows?
you doing with your money if you're not contributing to your children's expenses? Like, and that includes a roof over their head.
But she did
You know what
say
I'd
he
like
was
to
paying
do?
the mortgage. She said he was paying the mortgage.
Yeah.
Still?
Yes. And yeah, she said,
But
Okay, well, that's huge.
no. But when they first got separated, they went into pre-foreclosure because he did stop
Right.
paying it for a couple months.
right.
Well, that's right. It did. It did.
So, I'm just not a fan.
I'd like to talk to one of his older children or his ex-wife. Somebody reach out. We'd love to talk.
All right, I guess that's pretty much it. I just want to, because it's almost an hour. Real quick on Watch What Happens Live, Erika and Brooks Nader was on. Did you get to watch it at all?
I didn't. I literally watched this episode in like 6 increments because I was so busy this week. So I did not get a chance to watch What Happens Live.
So he announced that Erika's the second longest running housewife on Beverly Hills. Obviously, Kyle's the first. He did some poll questions. Should the women stop questioning Kyle if she wants a Brad or an Angelina? 83% of the people said yes, stop questioning her.
It's enough. It's enough.
Yes. Should Sutton de-strack, which means change her name? And 93% said yes. Here was a weird one. Craig was on, I guess, the night before, and he brought up Brooks Nader's name. And the question was, should Craig and Brooks date? 87% said no. Brooks didn't know who Craig was, and Craig didn't really know who Brooks was either, so that would have been weird.
Who is Brooks?
She used to date Tom Brady. She's very, very pretty. She's got a reality show, Something Nader. I
honestly don't know who she is. I'll have to look her up.
She was on Dancing with the Stars. She also dated Gleb. Her and Erika had the same dancing partner on Dancing with the Stars. First impressions of Amanda. Andy asked Erika what her first impression of Amanda was in 3 words. And her answer was no, no, no. I was like,
wow. First impressions?
Yep. And it's interesting because I've been saying to you, for whatever reason, I don't like Amanda.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
instinct.
is. It's just something about her. I just don't like it. And I
She's
guess
not
Erika felt
bothering
the
me
same
yet.
way.
Me either. Interesting.
Find out that Erika's been dating this guy that she's dating for 6 months, and they will be spending the holidays together.
Nice.
Erika thinks that Kyle will go back to Brad next time, that this other thing was a one-off thing. So she's going back to men.
I tend to agree, but whatever.
I do too. He asked, is Kyle defending PK too much, or is Dorit just giving her a hard time? And Erika's response was, you're never going to win, so just don't do it. Again, good.
So
I thought
stop
really good
defending
answers.
him.
Yeah. Just stop talking about it. Like, let's move on, right? So that was it for Beverly Hills, and I don't have anything else, unless you guys do.
I did just watch a clip. I guess Craig went on Dorinda and Kiki's podcast, and Sally was brought up, and he said, I look at Sally as like a sister, as a friend, and that's it. And Dorinda said she wasn't very kind to me at BravoCon. She was on a bus, I guess, and she was talking to Madison, and Sally was on the bus also and didn't talk to her. And Dorinda said, I feel like she was more into her look and her Instagram. And Craig kind of laughed, and he was like, yeah, I could see that. And Dorinda said something about her wearing sunglasses, and Craig started laughing, and he was like, the sunglasses really bothered a lot of housewives. I guess Sally wore sunglasses the whole time during BravoCon. These are Southern Charm people, Laura. So he's like, yeah, a lot of the housewives were like bent over the sunglasses, which I agree.
Yeah,
You're in a casino.
Right.
Take the sunglasses off. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. You're in the middle of a casino, for crying out loud.
Right,
but I
you're
thought
not
that was funny because Dorinda was like, I'm very friendly. And I could see that with Dorinda. Like, I'm a very friendly person. I go out of my way to say hi to people. And she was not friendly back. But Madison was, of course.
I could see that too. I could see that happening. Yeah.
Totally. But
okay, so
that's it.
Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.